Hey, how about this? This episode, what do you want out of the year 2021? I will tell you several of mine. You tell me several of yours. All right? Can be positive, can be negative, things you want to stop, things you want to start, things you want to happen. Let's try to keep it positive, though. I've got a few negative things, but you don't want to go down the road of telling people what you don't want. Nobody wants to hang around that person. As comedian Tim Dillon says, you don't want to go to a restaurant with somebody where the server comes up and says, "What would you like?" And they say, "Let me tell you what I don't want." All right, we don't want that. So, call it resolutions, whatever you want. Just things that you want to happen in 2021. All right, you ready? Let's do this. Number 1, Dear Apple, please, for the love of God, stop telling me and everybody else that our iCloud storage is full or almost full. Nobody cares. Nobody really wants to be a part of it. I didn't even sign up for this. I don't know how I got registered or tied into this. It was against my will that I signed up for it. Just stop doing it. At this point, it's like Apple is sending us all dick pics several times a week. Stop it. Nobody wants it. Number 2, fitness goals. Number 3, Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi have to give a press conference where they hold hands and announce that they admit that they are monsters, that they're garbage human beings, and that they're stepping aside to let us have a shot at something better. Listen, they don't care about us. They're incompetent. Get rid of them. I think this is true. Somebody can fact check this. The Canadian government has been giving its citizens $1,800 every 2 weeks during the pandemic. Now, we can get into a discussion about whether the government should or shouldn't be paying people, or whether we should be using tax money for stimulus checks or whatever. But listen, if you're going to shut things down, you got to pay. And you can't pay Americans $1,800 for almost 11 months. I mean, $1,800, Canadians are getting that every 2 weeks, and Americans got one $1,800 check, essentially. Bro, come on, get rid of them. Number 4, this is kind of a weird one, but I'm going to say it anyway. How about a new Harry Potter book? I'm not sure what J.K. Rowling is doing or isn't doing, or if she's making paintings or writing poetry. Listen, darling, people love you for Harry Potter. That's your thing, all right? That's what we want. So just come up with a 1 to 3 book series where we catch up with the characters as is. Maybe Voldemort had a baby before he got killed, or whatever happened. I don't even remember what happened. It's been so long since I've been into the books. People love Harry Potter. I know I do, but that's what we want. I think 2021, we could use a rebirth of the kid with the lightning mark on his face, Harry Potter, number 8. I think there was already a number 8, but people don't count it because it wasn't really a part of the story. But a new Harry Potter book, 2021, that's what everybody wants. I think that's what I want. I shouldn't say everybody. It's what I want. Number 5, dogs. I got to get dogs this year. I've been saying it every year since the last dog I had, or the family dog, died 13 years ago. That dog would smack me across the face if she knew that I hadn't adopted one dog. I could have had a whole lifetime of a dog at this point, and given a home, and did all these fun things and given it a great life. So this year, I want to do dogs. It's got to happen. I say it every year. Medium-sized dogs, maybe a little bit larger. I'm okay with small dogs, but it seems like the smaller the dog, the more fucks they give. Whereas like a medium or large-sized dog is like, people are going to naturally run from me, so I don't really care. But like a little dog, it's got a complex. It doesn't feel seen or heard. It's projecting. It's yelling all the time. It's trying to prove something. So, a larger dog. I love little dogs. Don't get me wrong. Please don't email me, arthouseradiopodcast@gmail.com. Send me pictures of your little dogs. I'm sure they're adorable. But for me, I think I'd like a medium to a large-sized dog. 2021, the year of the dog. Number 6. I could be getting these numbers wrong, by the way. Cinemas. This virus, we could be at the beginning of this. Okay? We can't, if this thing rages on like 14 years, are we just never going to go to movies again? I don't want to go in an enclosed space with other people inside. I'm talking about drive-in theaters. That's the structure that wins. So let's figure this out. Drive-in movie theaters or movie theater owners. Take the chance. Technology's cheap. Make it outdoors. Make it year-round. Doesn't matter if it's cold. You know how when you go to state campgrounds, they have the the electrical outlets, sometimes the outdoor electrical outlets. Well, do that, put it at each car space, put them 10 feet apart, and let people plug in heaters for the inside of their car. On your website, put a link up to the best battery-powered electric blankets so that people can watch a movie outside for 2 hours if it's really cold. And if it's bitterly cold, you close down, you wait for the cold snap to go over, and you resume. But I can't wait much longer to go to the movies. At the peak of my movie-going experience in Portland, Oregon in 2013 or 14, I was going to 3 or 4 movies a week sometimes. I need that back. I need more screens. Again, the technology thing should be easy. Cinema, movie houses, theaters, drive-in theaters. That's the new setting, man. I don't care if it's in the woods or a parking lot or a Kmart roof, whatever. 2021, let's get them back. And finally, number 7, survival skills / national parks. Survival skills. I bought this book at the beginning of the pandemic when I thought everybody's going to die, and I was like, Jesus, I'm gonna have to run to the woods like Ted Kaczynski and learn how to fish and kill my own meat and all that. Didn't happen like that. Still could happen. We're always on the verge of that, obviously. But I want to read this book. It's stupid that I bought this book and I didn't read it. So I want to commit to the survival skills, really learn how to tie knots, learn how to fish, learn how to recognize edible plants, things that matter. No more YouTube rabbit holes of puppies loving kittens or whatever it is I'm watching. Got to do this. All right. National parks. Last year, this is embarrassing to say. I'm going to say it though. Last year, I went to my first 2 national parks ever. The Badlands, Grand Canyon. I love it. I still need to watch Ken Burns National Park. That would be a big inspiration. It would help me get motivated to do that. But 2021, I want to hit as many national parks as I can. If you've been to national parks, let me know, especially if you're in the Michigan area. I'm in southern Michigan, Detroit to Chicago 94 corridor kind of thing. What's close to here? If anybody's watching this, what's the Smoky Mountains? What is it? I know Isle Royale is up in the UP, but you got to drive 10 hours and then take a ferry and fly, and then you got to swim fucking 10 miles and row and kayak to get. It's a huge thing. It'll happen, but maybe not in the winter. So I'd love to hear your national park stories or recommendations if you got any. So, all right. Thanks for listening. Remember to put your wants and needs for 2021 below. Remember, if you can, patreon.com/ArtHouseRadio. Thank you so much for watching. That's huge. If you can't, give to the Patreon and become a Patreon member for only $3 a month. Please, likes and subscriptions, comments, reviews if you haven't done that. It tells YouTube and Apple and Spotify and all these companies, hey, something's happening here, and then they start sharing it with other people who might enjoy it. Pretty soon this podcast is connecting with people who might like what's happening here. Then I'll start dressing like late 70s Elvis, and I'll be on my way. So let's do that. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.